Hey, what's up, everyone? So, did you know that music has its own secret language? Seriously, it's a universal code that lets musicians anywhere on the planet share these huge stories and feelings without ever saying a word. And today, yeah, we're gonna crack that code. But first, let me ask you this. Imagine you couldn't play your favorite song for a friend. No Spotify link, no YouTube, nothing. How would you even begin to share it? That was the exact problem composers had for hundreds of years. I mean, it's kind of like trying to explain an entire video game level using just words. You can say, okay, you go forward a bit, then hang a left, but how do you describe the exact timing of the traps, the vibe of the boss music? You just can't. Composers needed a perfect map, a real code so that anyone could play their level exactly the way they heard it in their head. So where did this code even come from? Let's take a quick look at how this whole idea of writing music down even got started. Okay, so the very first version, it was basically a buggy beta release. Just these little marks over words that kind of sort of suggested if the tune went up or down. A total guessing game. Then we got the first big patch update, a grid of lines that finally helped you find the right note. But the real game changer, the final version we still use today, locked in both the exact note and the perfect timing. It was a revolution. All right, so now that we know why this code exists, let's check out the actual game board where all the action happens. This is the music's map. The foundation for literally everything is something called the staff. It's just these 5 lines and the 4 spaces between them. Think of it like the layout of a level. Every single line and every single space is a specific spot for a specific sound. But how does the map know what area you're in? Well, that's what a clef is for. The treble clef, that's your sky level. It's for all the high notes, like flutes or a victory sound effect. And the bass clef, that's the underground dungeon. It's for all the deep, low stuff, like the rumble before a boss fight. The clef totally sets the scene. Okay, we've got the map, but a map doesn't tell you how long to stay in one spot, right? So let's see how the code handles timing. This is all about rhythm. So every note you'll ever see is made of just a few parts. You've got the note head, that's the oval part that tells you the pitch. Then there's the stem, which is the line attached to it. And sometimes you'll see a flag. Think of them like different pieces of gear on a character. Swapping them out changes the note's ability, especially how long it lasts. Let's start with the big one, the whole note. It's just an open circle. This is your charge-up special move. You play it and it holds this long, powerful sound for 4 whole beats. And now for the one you'll see everywhere, the quarter note. It's got a filled-in head and a stem. This is your basic quick attack. It's that steady 1-beat pulse that really drives a song forward, kind of like the rhythm of your footsteps when you're walking through a game. Okay, hold on. A good story isn't just constant action, and music isn't just non-stop sound. Those pauses, those moments of quiet, they're super important. So how does this code handle silence? Well, that's where rests come in. See, silence in music is planned. It's written right into the code with these special symbols. And for every kind of note, there's a matching rest. You can think of them as the cooldown or reload moments in the music. They're just as important as the attacks. All right, so we've got our map, we've got our timing. Now it's time to open up the settings menu and see how you control the volume. These volume instructions are called dynamics, and you'll probably notice they're all in Italian. So why is that? Well, fun fact, back when all these rules were being made, Italy was pretty much the center of the music universe. The 2 most basic commands you need to know are piano, which is a little p for soft, and forte, a little f for loud. It's the difference between stealth mode music when you're sneaking around and that epic boss battle music that just blasts through the speakers. But it's not just on and off. Nope. Composers get a full volume slider to play with. You've got pianissimo for super quiet and fortissimo for super loud, and all these mezzo or medium levels in between. It gives them total control over the vibe. And what if you want to change the volume slowly? Well, a crescendo tells the musician to gradually get louder, which builds up all this excitement. A decrescendo is the opposite. You get softer and softer. It's how you get those awesome cinematic moments where the music just swells up or fades away perfectly. Okay, we're on the last part of the code. Let's talk about the speed of the game itself, tempo. Tempo is just the speed of the music. And yeah, these words are in Italian too. But don't worry about the names. Just focus on the vibe. Largo is super slow and serious, like movie credits. Allegro is fast and happy, like you just found a power-up. And presto, that's that frantic, heart-pounding music when you're in a speed run against the clock. And just like with volume, the speed can change too. Acelerando means to gradually speed up. Think of a chase scene that just gets faster and more intense. And retardando means to gradually slow down, bringing everything to a really cool, dramatic finish.
So, if you remember one thing today, make it this. Musical notation is not a boring set of rules. It is an amazing universal code for sharing pure emotion and telling incredible stories with nothing but sound.
It's this incredible tool that basically turns feelings into a map that anyone, anywhere can follow. So now that you know the basics of the code, there's really only one question left. What music are you going to unlock?